Hello everyone, welcome to Here We Go. In this lesson, let's talk about Capture by Atari, number 3. As always, before we begin, please review the tips. In the past couple of lessons, we've been talking about the direction of the Atari, and this lesson is a continuation of that conversation. So let's look at this pattern at the top. It is black to play, and capture this marked white stone. The theme of this lesson is to direct your opponent's stones to the side or to the first line so they have nowhere else to escape. Therefore, the correct answer for this pattern at the top is this. It cuts off this stone and it is an Atari. To escape, white can only try this move. Now, these two white stones have two liberties left. But black can play either of the two liberties, and white will be trapped. If white tries to escape, then black can capture. White is trapped because it's pushed to the side. Now let's look at the pattern at the bottom. It's a very similar pattern where black needs to make a cutting move to direct the two white stones to the side. The only remaining liberty is this move, K1. And if white plays here, these three stones still only have one liberty left. So black can capture. Therefore, as we can see, our third capture by Atari method is to push your opponent's stones to the first line so they have nowhere to escape. That's the whole idea. Now, let's look at a few examples. Please pause the video and try out these patterns for yourselves. The first pattern on the upper left. As we can see, black is surrounded by white. So the goal here is for black to escape. Which points should we try? Well, as we can see, there are two cutting points here, right? So we need to make use of this. So what if we try this? And then white will connect. And then black cannot form an Atari anywhere else. So that's probably not right. Now what if we try this point? Atari. So to save this white stone right here, white needs to connect. And now what does black do? Now we have this setup, just like the examples that we just saw. And black can play this move to push this stone to the side. And this stone is already dead. Right? So if white tries this move, then black can just capture it. White cannot escape. So in a real game situation, white will play on the outside. And black can protect this stone by connecting back. And this stone will be captured. Of course, if white wants to save this stone, it can play here. But black will be able to capture this white stone. So it is no longer surrounded by white. So this pattern really uses the two cutting points. Performs an Atari first, and then another capture by Atari. Next, let's look at the upper right. It is white to play, and the target is these two black stones. It is very similar to the first example. The move we need to make is on the second line, right here. Now, white performs an Atari, and these two black stones are pushed to the side. So the only possible way for black to try to escape is this. But black cannot escape because white can play either here or here, leaving only one liberty left. And if black plays here, white can capture. So in a real game situation, black will leave this pattern here and play somewhere else. Now let's look at the two patterns at the bottom. They are both black to play, and we need to make sure we capture the 4 white stones. It is a little bit challenging because the 4 white stones have 3 liberties left, so we cannot immediately perform an Atari. So we need to calculate a little more. But the idea is still the same. We need to push the white stones to the side so it cannot escape. For this one, we push the white stones to the side. We can try this. Now white only has 2 liberties left. And if white passes, we'll go back to our basic example, right? Black can capture. But of course, black and white take turns. So when this is white's turn, white will also want to occupy this point. And if black wants to surround these 5 white stones by playing here, white can now cut this 1 black stone and kill it, right? So here, black is captured. So this move will not work. This means our first move is probably problematic. So let us try this, right? It's also threatening to capture white. If white passes, we can play here, and this will be our first example. But of course, white will try to escape by playing here. And now, black can perform this cutting point. And now, these 5 white stones are directed downwards with this only 1 liberty left. And if it tries this, then black can capture all of these white stones. Therefore, this is the correct move because white cannot escape, cannot connect to these other 3 stones on the outside. Similarly, on the lower right, we have these 4 stones ready to connect to the outside. So how does black cut it off? Well, if we try the correct move from the lower left, then black will fail because white can push through. And now here is a tiger's mouth, right? If black tries to cut here, then white can immediately capture this stone, and white is connected. So here, because the position of these 2 stones, black needs to make adjustments accordingly. So on the lower right, the correct answer is to push through like this. If white tries to escape, then black can capture it because this 1 black stone has 3 liberties left, and this group of white only has 2. Black can easily win this race to capture by capturing these 5 white stones. But of course, as a little bonus, another correct move would be this. And white cannot escape because black can always cut white off. Like this. So this is captured by Atari number 3. The idea is to direct the Atari so your opponent's stones can only move to the first line, where it will run out of liberties. Thank you for watching.